Hi, my name is Tim Bradrick, and this is my demonstration of the second build for my prototype. We're going to go ahead and get it started. And right from the beginning, you should be able to hear the background music. I now have a settings. And well, first off, I have a chirping squirrel, and then I can turn off the sound, and then we go back to the menu, and here we have the credits. And when the credit screen shows up, you notice that the text for the credits is much bigger. Because it's bigger, it takes up more space, and we can scroll up and down and see the other areas of the credits. And then each of the credits is set up as a button, and one can click on one of the buttons and it will load a browser window, and then you can see some of the assets that I've used here. So we'll just click out there and then go back to the menu. And then I also have a demo button up here that I would use just for demonstration purposes. The other button I have set up in a manner similar to my the flowchart that I had created. And when a player first comes in, he or she would either create or log into an account. And we're going to go here, and for just the prototype, all I have set up is the create a new user account, and we see cancel and next. This is for the next button is for demonstration. The cancel button would get you back to the original screen. We'll go right back, and we'll just set up an account real quick. I have this set up on a web server, and if you take a look at the web page behind the API is called Kombu for Community Builder, and this is set up on my web server. This is the administration, and you notice I have a number of users there. The highest number is 9, so I have 9 users that I've set up, and I'll just zoom in on it for a brief moment, and you can see all the users that I've created, or my instructor has created. And we're going to go ahead and create a new user, and that should show up in the list on the Mac screen behind. So we'll just go ahead and create a new user. Call him Jimmy. Okay, see if we can get a little bit better shot of it. Click OK. We'll give a very simple password for Jimmy. Okay. Okay, and there we see Jimmy with a password. And click on Create. And then on the Mac behind, we will hit the refresh button, and hopefully we will see Jimmy in the list. There's the refresh. I need to log in again. I'll do that real quick. Go to the players, and we see Jimmy as number 10 right there. And the way I set this up is on HostGator. There's the ability to set up a PHP script section, as well as a MySQL. And here's a look at the MySQL database. You see all of the different types of pieces of information that Kombu will provide for you. We can also go and look at the accounts there, and we can see the usernames as well in the database. And Jimmy's all the way down there at the bottom. Okay, so we'll just minimize that and get back to the mobile device. Okay, after you create user account, the system would take you into creating a character. And that's what this screen is. It's not complete. And here you would create your character, including choosing your squirrel's color. So I have 2 models here, anticipating a few more in the future. But that's the screen where you would do that. Then after you create your character, you would be sent to the squirrel's home. And this is the backdrop that I had created for my mock-ups. You would see the squirrel in the mirror. On the right side would be the wardrobe where you could dress up the squirrel. We have a tin can where you could contact friends in the game. You could add a friend or send a challenge to them. One of the features that I had included is a description of why you would need an account in order to send challenges and make wagers with your friends while they are not logged in. You need a user account. Here you may create a new account. And now you'll see why I put in a next button. Okay, just so I could step through the screens without having to create new accounts each time. Okay. Up at top would be an information button where you could go look at the squirrel's inventory and so forth. The only thing that functions on here is the hole in the wall. The hole in the wall looks out on a park, and you press that and you go to the demonstration area. Okay, in the demonstration area you have a field with a wall around it, and up in the corner we have start server and refresh hosts. I have a second device that I will be creating or setting up here, and I can get my hand over here, and I just switch off the setting here. Let me get that back. See if I can get that set up without tapping the button again. And you hear the sound effects on that device. So we're going to go and cancel there, turn off, go back to the menu. Okay. My Galaxy Nexus, I'm going to start the server. And when I do that, you immediately see a character appear. And we can use the circle in the bottom to move the scroll around. Okay, and we see some objects that it can bump into and move around. Then over on the other device, we are also going to go into the demonstration area. Okay, but instead of starting it up as a server, we're going to check for hosts, which the other device is. It sees one host and Scoundrel Squirrel game session. Let's see if we can get that focused a little bit better. Okay, well, regardless, we're going to click that button, and we see a second scroll show up, and see if we can get these two coordinated. On the smaller device, I'm going to move the scroll around, and we should see it on the bigger device. I'm aiming at the bigger device right now, and I'm trying to move. There, we see the scroll moving there, and see if we can get them to move backwards. There we go. It's only animated on the particular device you're moving. And then on the big one, it goes off the screen, but over here, we're still focused on it. And let's see if I can get an angle where it shows up just fine. It's not showing up very well. Let's see here. It's a little bit brighter than the other objects in the room, so it's not showing up very well. But you can see it a little bit. And you can see some of the acorns in the corner. If you move down to the acorns, or not, having some trouble moving it. There we go. And then we can move some of the acorns around. Okay. And then one of the additional features that I have for this is an automatic sorting of the walls according to or sorting the Z steps. If you look on the original Unity screen, we have these odd walls just placed however, and what happens is there's actually a pretty good view there, but of course it changes. It's sorted once the program starts. Let's see if I can get the better looking one here over to the same location. And there you can see that same section is sorted correctly, so it displays correctly. And I think that's all I got for right now. Thank you. Additionally, one of the features that I missed was the advertisements, and I have it set up so that whenever you exit out of the demonstration area and go back to the menu, an advertisement will appear, and it is right there. And you can see that we need to wait a few seconds before we can skip it, and once we skip it, you get the download, and then you can cancel out of the download and go back to the advertisement where you can there actually go back to the menu.